So this is the Snoplank Model A on the table under the pretty light here. Just giving you a look to kind of follow up with some specs from the review above. You can see it's got a longer nose than tail, a little bit of taper, I believe 12 mil with this model. And this is, they usually have, yeah, the 162, so waist at 26.5, so kind of a wider board, but it didn't really feel like that for me. It felt very doable even at size 9. But you know, you can kind of see this taper, you can kind of see the side cut depth as you lay it on the table. Now let's take a look at the camber profile. They call this soft camber, and you can see it's just a few mil of camber, and you can actually feel it on snow. I'd love to see a little more personally, but you know, the camber comes down into a very mellow early rise to kind of help this nose that's, you know, bigger than the tail, but not a super big nose, as you can see here, do a little more than it would if it was just a regular board. So it's, you know, and you'll see as we move forward, but you can see there's, you know, there's a little energy back and forth here. So it's not like completely like a flat to rocker board that doesn't have any spring or return out of the turn or drive. I felt like this was a pretty good carver. It had some get up and go, and it's very damp and powerful. Now, lots of people have asked me for the width under the inserts, so I'm going from the widest to the narrowest, and I'm looking at about 27.3 all the way down to the snow here, and about 26.9, 27 on the back here. And on the front, you're looking at just about 27, I would say. And on the top here, you're looking at 27.6, 27.7, somewhere around there. And if you set it all the way back at 22 inches, which is a good setback, for a lot of riders, you can have a difference between nose to there and tail to there of 6.25 inches, which is pretty decent. It's kind of like what you would expect for most kind of more to traditional American free ride boards, North American, whatever you want to call it. And then set back from the center of board, you're kind of looking more at, you know, probably 3.125 back on board, truly, which is pretty good directional flow. You add the mellow camber, the early rise in the nose, a little bit of early rise here, along with the, you know, 12 mil of taper, bigger nose than tail. You've got pretty good directional float. You know, there are other boards in their line that do a little better, but this isn't bad. And look at that base, just a nice, really high quality, easy gliding, fast base with only a little bit of die cut in the middle, just to kind of, they know, they're like, we want to give you the, you know, mostly just a nice, continuous, easy gliding base on those deep powder days, or the long flat cat tracks and that kind of stuff. But they want a little logo recognition, so they put it in there. But you know, it's not too much. It's not over the top, and I like that. The base held its wax pretty well. We rode in some really hard conditions that, you know, took it off, but it's got a good glide to it, and you know, it's kind of what you would expect at this price point, which, you know, and this is made in the US. You can kind of see the side cut depth on the table here. And we talked about the wood top sheet. This is like a varnished kind of wood. Forgive me if I'm not using the correct terminology, but it's not like a traditional wood top sheet you would see around the industry. This requires maintenance, but if you maintain it, it'll last longer than other boards. If you don't maintain it, it won't last as long. But you have the option to just get a normal top sheet. You know yourself, know who you are, and figure that out. But all in all, it was fun, and they make a nice, damp, fun turning free ride board.